the ocean stretches ever on as its surface is stirred by a light breeze, the tips of the waves glistening in the afternoon sun before they disappear into the blue surf. A small schooner, its sails drawn taut and full by the wind, cuts through the water as it sets a course for a cluster of small rocky islands on the horizon. A lone fisherman helms the vessel, his gnarled form clad in a thick woolen coat to keep out the cutting wind. As the desolate rocks loom closer, he whistles a tune, guiding the ship to a stop and dropping anchor near a faded wooden buoy. He furls up the sails and leans over the side of the deck to pull in the submerged net attached to the float.
Well, come on now. Up we go. There we are. All right. Let's see what we have here. Tja, just a couple flounders. I should be pulling them out by the dozen. What could have scared them off?
A frown creases his wrinkled face as he tosses the net back into the water. He reels in the anchor, then sets sail for the other side of the island to check on his remaining nets. As the opposite shore comes into view, he is given pause by something wholly unexpected. A small, haphazard-looking structure squatting on the shoreline, set at a peculiar angle right at the line between the sand and the sea, looking for all the world as if it were a toy dropped there by a careless giant.
The hell? Is that a house? I thought these rocks were uninhabited.
His pulse quickens as he hears a banging sound ring out across the waves, loud and piercing in his ears. Things fall into place for him as he realises that this must have scared the fish away. A solitary figure moves on the shore, hunched over a piece of wood, swinging a hammer over and over again. The fisherman calls out to them as he and his boat slowly drift past.
Hey! What the hell are you doing this far out? You get marooned?
Hello? No, I'm fine.
You're fine? We're a dozen miles from the mainland, and this is the first time I've seen anyone out this far. Do you need a ride back to shore?
Nope, I've already told you I'm fine. Thank you.
You know you're the only one on this island, right?
I gathered that.
Are you, do you live here? Is that your house?
No, and yes, but it's soon to be more.
The hell's that supposed to mean?
I'm expanding, building onto it. Isn't it obvious?
The fisherman throws a bemused glance at the lopsided construction of the hut and the jumble of roughly sawn driftwood piled up near the door. The building looks half-finished, with one side open to the elements. The man's most recent project, the one he'd been hammering away, lies in the sand. A long wooden bench that seems to have space for half a dozen people. The fisherman shakes his head in disbelief.
Sun must be getting to him. Look, why don't you come back with me? I'd hate to leave you out here all on your own.
Trust me, I would rather not be here, but you know what they say. Best laid plans and all that.
All right. In that case, I'll come to you.
As the fisherman makes a move to begin guiding his boat to shore, the strange man on the beach runs along the coastline, hollering and brandishing his hammer. He swings it through the air wildly, his desperation evident as he chases the fisherman off. As the old mariner draws near, he realises how thin and tired this man looks, but the fear in his red-rimmed, sleep-deprived eyes is enough to give the sailor pause.
I won't go with you! Don't set foot on shore, or I'll do something we both regret!
Whoa, easy there. Just trying to help you.
No, I can't go with you. It wouldn't do any good.
Fine. You can stay right there on the beach then.
Thank you. I'll be fine. I promise.
Suit yourself. Before I go, tell me you at least have a way to stay fed.
I've got, a bucket. I was able to catch this. Some kind of crab, I think.
By the gods, he's doomed. That's a hermit crab. It ain't edible.
I'll be fine.
You're gonna starve to death if you can't catch nothing.
I won't be here much longer.
Is someone else coming to get you?
No, but... Never mind. You can go now.
Look, I'm about to head to deeper waters, but I feel bad leaving a man to die, even if he's as stubborn and stupid as you. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna loop around to the other side of the island. You and your hammer can stay far away from me, but I'm going to leave a fishing pole and some bait for you. It should help you catch something more than a hermit crab. At least then I can go to bed with a clear conscience.
That's not necessary.
Yeah, ain't taking no for an answer. You're gonna starve otherwise.
Fine. Do what you will.
All righty. Fare thee well, stranger. Don't die, I guess. Oh, and quit that hammering. You're scaring away all the fish.
And so the fisherman sets off once more, leaving the strange man behind as his boat sails away with nets empty of fish. On the opposite shore, he shudders as he sets foot on the sandy beach, seaweed clinging to his trousers as he makes his way out of the surf to drop a spare rod and bucket of bait onto the rock beyond the waterline. He clambers back into his boat, weighing anchor and heading for deeper waters beyond the island. It's well past midnight by the time he returns, his nets filled to bursting. Despite the late hour, curiosity drives him closer to the place where he found the man, but in the dim starlight it's difficult to make out anything so far out to sea. He decides to test his luck and drops anchor in shallow water before climbing out of the boat. As he wades onto the shore, however, he finds no one. No hammer-wielding maniac, nor even his house, await him. In fact, there's scarcely any evidence that the stranger was ever here. All he finds are the remains of several fish skeletons, the glowing embers of a dying fire, and a sun-bleached slab of driftwood, with the words, "Thank you," scrawled across it in charcoal. Next to this, nestled in the sand, rests a single unopened bottle of whiskey. A parting gift, perhaps. This teaser features the voice talents of Brian Jeffords and Connor Bushoven, and is narrated by Mike LeBeau. Welcome to the Brass Eagle is an upcoming 10-episode fantasy fiction podcast centered around a mysterious tavern that moves somewhere new each time the clock strikes midnight. Narrated by Mike LeBeau, starring E.R. Hollins, Maddie Albrechts, and Connor Bushoven. To make the show a reality, we need your support. The show's full-length first episode will launch ahead of our crowdfunding campaign. Follow on all socials at Brass Eagle Pod for updates and more. A 5-star review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or the platform of your choice will go a long way to helping spread the word and reach new listeners.